All right. Probably one of the most exciting preseason games that I've been a part of. And there's a number of things that I can talk about when it comes to mistakes, when it comes to penalties. I could talk about those for days. But the one thing that I am proud of these men, they were resilient today. And they did not quit. They were excited on the sideline. And they tried to will themselves to win this game. And that's something that we can build off of. So there's a number of things we got to fix. There's a number of things I'm going to talk about to the players when it comes to tomorrow's meeting. But I do know one thing. These men did not quit. And they were trying everything they can to go and win this game. And I'm proud of that. So any questions?
What are you, looking at the preseason as a whole, what are your main takeaways as a whole?
There's a number of things that I can look at when it comes to the takeaways. And one, I thought the defense did a pretty good job throughout this preseason. Listen, we had a hiccup when it comes to the Giants, but there are some good things that they did. Takeaways for one, we had two critical 2-minute drives on the offensive side that were just like textbook, and it was good for me also. To be able to utilize timeouts, to be able to talk to Tanner and let them know what my mindset was. So just across the board, those things are critical. And then today, there was no quitting our guys, So I'm going to take those positives, I'm going to build on them, and we're going to correct the things that we have to correct.
With the penalties, with Membu, we had those two early ones. At least it looked like both of them jumped maybe on the false start.
Yeah, him and Cole on
the
false start,
Did you have a pitch count for him anywhere, or him coming out after the third series? Was there anything to
No,
that?
the thing I knew that I wanted him to play in each of these preseason games. And, again, it was just my thought process on when I wanted him to get out. I think he had about maybe 10 to 15 plays as he was somewhere in that range. And I knew at that point I wanted to get him out. The same with Aaron in that aspect. So there was a number of guys, really, that I had that pinch count on because I wanted to make sure we got a chance to see everybody else.
So that wasn't an accountability thing or for the penalties or anything like
that? No, it was his time to come out, and I was going to stay true to that.
How have you assessed him this summer? I mean, he's had some ups and downs, obviously.
That is one of the hardest positions to come in as a rookie, and have everything down packed. I don't know too many guys that at that position can do that. It's going to be a learning curve for him, and that's okay. And he's going to be a damn good player for us. I have all the confidence in the world for him. I think it's hard to play that position than corner or receiver in like that because of the nature of the guys that you go against on a daily basis. So, but I look forward to how he progresses throughout this season because he's going to be a good one for us.
Can you talk about what Harrison Phillips is going to add to the defensive line?
First off, I would say he's one of us, and his mentality, the character. And I'm talking about on and off the field. He's a damn good run stopper. I remember going against him all those years when I was in Detroit. Actually, he was a free agent. He was a guy that we tried to target for us to get ready to sign. But obviously, he ended up signing back with Minnesota. But everything about him fits who we are. So I'm happy that we got him.
Aaron,
and I would say the same with Briggs also. I think Moose did a hell of a job of identifying guys that fit us, and that's what we're all about. And this is not a done deal for us. We're always looking across the league at guys that fit us, and those two were really good upgrades for us.
What is your confidence level in Tyrod being ready to be your number 2 for Week 1?
I'm confident he will be. I am.
So there's a practice. Is he going to practice this week or?
Well, I can't tell you that. But I'm confident he'll be ready for Week 1.
What will these next few days be like for you? What's your guys' process going to be?
It's this is the toughest, one of the toughest times of the year because you have 90 guys on the roster and you can only keep 63. So man, just being able to let guys know, listen, you didn't make our team. But I told the guys this week, man, their job in this game was for us to make it hard on me as far as the evaluation process to make our team. But then again, put some on tape to be able to make somebody else's team. And I'm not afraid to say that to the players because that's what this league is about. And anything I can do to help those guys, I'm going to definitely help them. But my process this week is make sure that we look at this game, get this game out of our system, get ready to go to practice on Monday. We have a walkthrough on Tuesday. And then, obviously, that's when, we got to make our cuts. And, me and Moody spent a lot of time together trying to make sure we get this roster right.
What did Malachi Moore show you tonight?
I'll tell you what, he made a couple of hits today that were pretty impressive. But I'm not surprised. Those are the things that we saw of him in college. And all the people that I talked to that know that player, including some of the safety at Detroit branch, talked about him. So nothing surprised me about that player. And he's steady improving.
What did you make of the interception, though? A lot of guys will get their hands on that ball, but it might not come down with it.
Again, didn't surprise me. I expect that from him. He's going to be a damn good player in this league. I said that once we drafted him. I said that all through training camp. So I just look to see him, look forward to seeing him improve, throughout the season.
Couple more.
Was Gibson held out tonight because of the shoulder or because he was in the category you felt like you saw
Yeah,
enough?
we want to make sure that he's all good. He still has the shoulder, and it just didn't make sense.
What's the thinking in playing Cook first and Martinez second?
My decision.
One guy's in his second year, the other one is his first. Is there any?
My decision.
But what goes
My
into
decision.
Any other questions?
With Pritchett, I think he had an early mistake and obviously bounced back from it and punt return and with some nice plays on offense. What do you think of him?
That's what this league is about, and we can sit there and talk about the fumble that he had, but you look at the plays he made after that. Again, resilient. So, listen, we're not down on that player. It happens in this league. Now, you don't want it to happen, all right, and you coach him on the mistake. But then again, he's the type of player that goes right back out there and go make plays. So that's intriguing to see a player operate like that.
Last one.
I don't expect you to say which, Aaron, but about how many positions, in your opinion, might have been up for grabs tonight with a performance? And throughout your coaching career, can you recall a player maybe who stood out in a preseason finale that ended up earning a spot on the roster because that was the tipping point for you, where it was like, all right, that's.
Are you asking me on this team now? Or
about
just
how many positions just were up for grabs?
I can't say that. I've always said, every time you get on the grass, you earn your keep. So we're going to sit there and evaluate everything from this game throughout the preseason, throughout training camp, and see what are the best guys that fit this team. So I'm not going to sit there and be specific on that aspect. Just know that the guys going to earn their keep on this team.
And then was there, throughout your career, coaching career, do you recall a player maybe who made that jump in the preseason finale that then went on to have a good career, earned his spot in the 50?
I'm sure there is. Nobody comes to mind right now, but I'm sure there is some guys because that happens. And there's a ton of times in that last preseason game, man, guys just really just stand out. For Pritch, he's one of those guys. I can't say that, he's a lock, but I'll tell you what, he put himself in a position for us to really look at and see where he fits. So, and there's a number of guys like that. Skinner, he's another guy, So, I'm proud of how those guys came out. But then again, this is a tough week, as a coach because of all those guys. You love what they did for us in training camp. They worked their ass off. They fought hard, but obviously everybody can't make the team.